Right, what's up guys? So we're going to talk about some of the easiest Apex Legend heroes to play when starting out the game. This video is meant for people who just started out the game and they want to pick a character based on difficulty on how to play it. And for the time being, we'll work on the ones that are free right here in the D class. And once again, this is just my opinion on how easy it is to learn that character, to learn that legend, and become better at it. This would basically be that legend you want to use to farm all the other legends. So first off, let's start with one of the very most popular character, legend. Her name is Wraith, and she is not one of the easiest, so I'm not going to put her on the S rank, but she is not very difficult to pick up either. So she'll be closer more on the A rank, and you can definitely use her if you're very comfortable with getting in and out of fights. In a similar fashion, we got Pathfinder, that is also ranked in the same location. He's more of a team play character, and he can get in and out of fights, but he's very much visible and can still be shot off from the air. So if you are a starting character, and you're picking up Pathfinder as your first one, then you have to be like Spider-Man, you know? You can't expect to fly in without other people hearing you, so you have to time your whip in. However, he does have the same kind of utility as a Wraith would have, based on his ultimate that allows him to zip his teammates. And Wraith's Rift is probably better than Pathfinder's one, because Pathfinder is making a zipline where again enemies are able to visibly see you. Bangalore is sort of a mix between the S and the A rank for easy character to play, because she basically just pops a smoke down on the ground, and if she does get shot, she gives a passive boost. She runs fast, right? In terms of difficulty on how to use her, I would rank her somewhere on the S rank, but she has a good chance of messing up and can also make your teammates have a hard time, right? She puts down that smoke. Sure, enemies can't see you, but your teammates can't see the enemies either. So if they're trying to return fire, that's going to be a problem. If you put the smoke in the wrong place, right? The smoke in the wrong place, that can mess an entire fight up. That could have been in your favor. What I do think, though, that is very easy to use are these two right here. Lifeline, for sure, because she completely negates the need to wait while reviving people. Just run up to a person, and she will be provided right in front of the person you're reviving. On top of that, you can fire back. You're not stuck in the reviving animation, which makes it very, very beginner friendly, and probably one of the easiest to pick up. Her additional abilities include picking up extra items from blue bins and being able to heal your health. Any other character in the entire Apex Legends roster that is easy to play than Lifeline. But again, that's just my opinion, so do let me know what you guys think. Do you think Lifeline is an easy character to play? Let me know. So we come to Bloodhound. He's also one of the easy characters to play because passive allows him to track enemies and see people within, I believe, 90 seconds of their last known location and action. So that helps you avoid and get into fights. In other words, choosing the pace of your battle. And in addition to that, his Q ability allows him to scan within the vicinity. Since Season 7, his Q has been buffed that allows his scan to track people for a while. That's very good for players who don't know where enemies are and can try to get accustomed to the game. And on top of that, his ultimate is nothing but buffs, right? He moves. What it does is it increases the movement speed while making everything infrared. So you're playing Predator mode right there. Every part of the enemy just in red. It makes it very, very beginner friendly. And then finally we got Gibraltar, which is the free guy. And he's in the A rank. Not the easiest. Probably has one of the highest skill cap to be efficient and good at, because he's a very defensive hero in the sense that he plays counter aggressively by having his Q, his bubble, split the enemy team and your team and providing a nice defensive area for I think 15 seconds or so. If you do that right by the edge of a door, for example, or by the edge of a building, then you have that shield that prevents damage from enemies, and you can sort of like hop in and hop out of that shield to do damage. However, the reason why he's in the A rank and not on the B is because he has a shield in the front of him. If he's aiming down sights, he has a free shield that soaks up I think up to 50 damage. The great thing about his shield is that it doesn't bleed through. And what that means is that if someone did 49 damage to your shield, it's still not broken, right? But it still has one more health that it could use. If a Kraber shot you through that shield, that Kraber shot will be completely negated after breaking that one shield, right? It's not gonna go over and do the remaining damage from the Kraber shot to your health. So that is all the free characters, the starting 6. So going back to easiest characters that we can play, Octane, S rank, because literally his entire ability, he speeds up, he heals up, he jumps up, everything is for him. Octane, great for solo play, not so much for team play. And it's very easy to pick up because all his abilities sort of mesh well together and you don't really need to think too hard about it. Now, going to the other characters, let's start with Caustic. Caustic is in a very similar boat to Gibraltar, right? But I'm going to put him in the A because in previous patches, what had happened before was that his Caustic's ability can mess up your teammates really bad. He put down a smoke bomb, or he puts down one of his gas canisters. If someone pops it, enemies receive damage, and he can see through the smoke to shoot at them. But if teammates weren't in it, they will be slowed too. They won't take damage, but they will be slowed. And that used to be the case, and now it's not. And that's why he's back up in the A for easiest. He would function quite similarly to Bangalore smoke, except his can do damage and is, I think, in a smaller area. Now going on to Crypto. Crypto, I would have put him in the A, but it takes a while to sort of switch that mode into playing two different things. Crypto has the ability to use drones, right? And the drone is probably one of his strongest kit. It's his only kit. Everything goes on his drone. His ultimate, EMP, knocks out half of the shields of the enemy team, makes them slow for a good number of time. Makes it easy for your teammates to pick up a couple of kills and can also recon. His drone can also pick up items, open doors, hack survey beacons and all that stuff. He's a really strong character, but very hard to utilize because you need to know the layout and where you can be safe to use your drone without being exposed. So it's not very beginner friendly. He has great team utility, but it's not easiest to play compared to the other aforementioned agents. Horizon is a newcomer, just released in Season 7, and I would put her closer to the B rank. Verticality is a problem for quite a number of characters, quite a number of legends in this game, but Horizon just pops in and out and just pops in and out. She's best used with an advanced movement like B-hopping, because she has no fall drop-off time. A legend breaks their kneecaps when falling off a great distance, right? She doesn't have that slowdown when she lands over a great distance. She's a movement character and can be utilized very well in solo play. On top of that, her ultimate is a great annoyance to almost any legend. Loba, S tier for easiest. Why? Because she can find and loot the easiest among all of them. Her passive ability tells you where there is a golden or a purple armor or purple equipment in general, and that's great for finding the loot before your teammates or the enemy. On top of that, to make things even easier, he has an ultimate that basically within a large radius is able to pick off any tool, equipment or attachment and an infinite number of ammo. You can literally pick up every ammo in the area wherever your black market, your ultimate sort of cover. So she makes it very easy for beginners to begin. Yeah, it makes it easy for teammates to loot with the black market and at the same time keeps you sort of safe because you have an escape mechanism. It definitely helps you build up where items can be, right? Or where the high tier items can be, and then you can transition to other characters as well. Loba, very beginner friendly, although she is not free, but she is very beginner friendly. Let's go to Mirage. Mirage will be on the tricky side. It's not the easiest to use, and I would go as far as to rank him around B. Yeah, I'll put him in the B side. Because Mirage's main ability is decoy and illusions, and you want to be tricky with the way he plays, right? It fits very well with his playful character. Firstly, his first ability is a decoy, and that decoy can be controlled to do any action the current Mirage is doing. On top of that, his Z, his ultimate, allows him to temporarily create, I think it's something like 6 decoys, if I'm not mistaken, and it turns him invisible for a very short period of time, about 1 second. And all those decoys, again, will do the same action the real Mirage is doing. That real Mirage with that 1 second of invisibility can sort of like disappear around the corner, could just run straight back at them, and you know, he's a tricky character. So let's go to Rampart. Rampart, in terms of difficulty, it's probably very easy to play actually. Her abilities comprise of being defensive. Basically, she makes a wall that increases the damage of anything that shoots right through it. So Rampart is probably another easy character to play. Just drop down your shield. On top of that, she has an ability called her passive ability increases light machine gun magazine size by 15 or 10%, I believe. So that means weapons like the L-Star, weapons like the Spitfire, weapons like the Devotion have extra bullets in their clip. So very beginner friendly, especially since Spitfire is like a very beginner friendly gun. It shoots a lot of bullets. Very beginner friendly. Alright. so we got 2 more legends left. Wattson, I'm gonna put her in the C rank because she is a defensive or a support character, and most of her capabilities come from holding down a site. Very similar to Caustic, but have less offensive capabilities. Her ability to use a fence, she can build fences, right? Her ability can build fences all over the place. I don't know how many fences she can make, but basically every time a character runs through her fence, an electrified fence, they get slowed down, and that slows down their turning rate and their movement. That makes it very easy for Wattson or any of his teammates, or her teammates, sorry, to egg an enemy down. But to get people into that situation is really difficult, and to know where and how to place them it requires a lot of map knowledge. The last legend that we have is, I think I'll probably put him in B. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in B. In a way, he's quite similar to Horizon, where he gains the ability to climb higher, but you need to know where and when. In addition to that, his Q ability is Silence. It does 10 damage and it silences the enemy from using their abilities. He's a great counter for people like Lifeline or Wraith, or even Pathfinder for that matter, because once his ability is down, that means they can't escape, they can't run, and they can't heal. And using him effectively as a beginner is not easy, because it really depends on his silence ability. If you don't land that silence ability, you don't have the advantage in the engagement, and they can still continue to use their abilities. Oh yes, and the other complications will be putting down his death totem. His death totem, you need to know when to put it down and how soon to put it down. Because what it does is that once someone taps on his death totem, they create a shadow version of themselves, and for 30 seconds, they can basically run up to an enemy, take 100 damage, and then fly back to the totem once the 100 HP is down. So if you're not very well versed on how fights goes, or where to keep your teammates safe, then putting down a death totem could, in a way, kill your team if someone else spots it, or put your team in a very bad position. Yeah, but primarily it completely depends on him shooting silence ability and activating that on the enemy team. Alright, so I think that's my list. On top of the S rank, again, easiest characters to play. I don't think you have any hard time trying to pick them out or laying their playstyles. Pretty much straightforward, but that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. I'm interested to find out what are some easy characters or how you would rank these easy characters. Again, this is just my opinions, so let me know if you think otherwise. So have a good day. I know it's just about a day or two late, but Merry Christmas. Yep, Merry Christmas, and look forward to 2021.